everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Miss JD for another episode of our daily stock market insights. And in today's stock market review, I am going to talk about the December 29th performance in the Philippine Stock Exchange. And before I get started, I'd like to first of all thank Benjamin Chidoro for featuring me in your channel. So you guys can also check that out. He interviewed me there, and we also did some collab. We did a joint charting session, so hopefully you can check that out as well. I'm going to drop the link to his channel. And I think we also had a few new joiners in our group. Thank you for the new subscribers, and for those people who watched my video yesterday, I'm going to include the stocks that you guys have requested. So if this is the first time you're watching my channel, I am Miss JD. I do review stocks in the Philippine market, US market, sometimes cryptocurrencies. And I entertain requests, and I would review that in my next episode. So today I am going to cover, let me see, Wilcon, VLL, East-West, SGP, MRC, MREIT, as these were the stocks that have been requested. At the same time, I'm going to also take the time to review some of the most trending ones for today. But for now, I'd like to quickly talk about the index. So our index ended with a green today. So yesterday I said it looks like we have somehow started to demonstrate some bullish signs in the index. We've broken out of that resistance area, right? The first candlestick outside of that resistance level, as you can see here on my chart, where I plotted the yellow one, the yellow line that was the resistance before, and then we managed to end outside of that yesterday, and then today there was a continuation backed by this foreign buying. So chances are some of our blue chip companies are also in the same direction, but we are going to go ahead and check them out so we have a better understanding of how the individual stocks are performing. Okay, so so what's my take on the index? 2 more days. I think they also announced that December 31st is going to be a market day. I just checked the calendar, and they said that there is a market. The market is open on the 31st. So 2 more days before we end the year, and I have a feeling that we might still have some continuation. And the nearest resistance I can see right now is the 7,445 level. So hopefully we will be able to have more volume. The volume is starting to pick up, but not that significant as of yet. As you notice over here, the cloud that you see, that's the average volume daily, and we have not exceeded that except for this day. Okay, so hopefully it'll continue to pick up, and it'll be even better if it'll be supported by volume, but the next resistance I see would be 7445. All right, so the next stock, let me see here. The next stock I will review is Wilcon. Okay, Wilcon ended with a green today with a 1.45% increase in the performance against the previous day, and that's really good. Although what I can see here is that I have to respect the MA20 line. It has been, let me see if it was a solid green. Yep, we're on the verge of breaking that. So let us see if there will be a continuation. It's nice that we had foreign buying that happened today. So with this solid green that happened in today's performance, there is a possibility that we could have a continuation. Although we really want this volume to continuously increase. Your RSI is at a healthy level. 54 is a good area. So if you are to check on a weekly chart, where are we? Okay, on a weekly chart, if So the week is not done yet, right? But if this is going to end green, that's a good sign, because we have bounced at the MA20 area on a weekly chart. That means when you say that it's a weekly chart, every candlestick that you see here is worth 1 week. So that is what we're banking on. The goal is for this stock to finish above the 29 area for us to say that it is a confirmed bounce. But looking at how we performed today, there's a promising sign. Although we have to closely monitor the price movement around the MA20 line by tomorrow. If we start higher than that, then that's an even better story, because that means we should see some continuation there. Next is VLL. Okay, VLL is a green today, but we are approaching the MA20 line. So in terms of risk to reward ratio, we're very near our resistance. So if you want, what you can do here, let's try to expand it a little bit. For the conservative investors, you might want to consider waiting around this area. At the nearer you are to the support level, the better. But for long-term investors out there, 339 against the 350 level, it's insignificant in terms of difference. So you're still within the support area. So if you're interested in this for long term, okay, anywhere between 339 to 350 is already a good area. You have good volume today. So hopefully if we break that, because right now in the short term, it is creating a resistance at the area where it is at right now. So somewhat like a range trading I see here at the moment. So if you see signs of weakness, chances are it'll drop, but it will only drop up to the 3.39 area, because you also have a support right there. So if you want to do range trading, how much is your potential there? If you enter 339, exit, it's not that huge in terms of profitability, 3.18. So your call if you wanted to break out of the MA20 line first before you enter, or you wanted to go down, haggle for a few cents. But overall, in terms of the weekly chart, and normally long-term investors would use a much longer time frame, like weekly or monthly. So the nearer you are to the 334 or 339 level, the better. All right, but you had some foreign selling that happened today. I hope whoever requested this, I think it was Bong SLZR, you were able to enter at a good level. And overall, I think this stock has also dropped significantly. See that it has dropped massively. And if you're going to stay here for a few months, or let's say a year, you are entering at a very good level at the moment. Next is, let me see, oops, one moment. Next one is East West. Okay, East West had a very good performance today. That's a 0.83. Imagine how big the candlestick is, but it only increased at by 0.83. But that's how it is. Okay, regardless. Oh, we're in a weekly chart. Here, this is the second. Oh no, this is already 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5th day of its bounce. This was your support previously, and I like how it is performing in the past few days, because as we move higher, your volume is also starting to increase. This has been the second day whereby the increase is supported by good volume. And notice this, okay, one thing you need to learn about Bollinger Band is when a Bollinger Band is constricted and starts to trigger either side, chances are the sentiment might continue in that direction. So let us see if it'll continue in this direction, because we ended outside of the Bollinger Band. It's triggering the Bollinger Band for several. This is already the second day. So where is the next resistance for traders out there? This is it, 1008, around that area. Okay, do you see that? The reason for that is this one. Actually, there's another one over here. Let me just plot that. So who knows, we could experience some quick profit taking by tomorrow and then continue to the upside. Because I like the volume here. Sometimes you will just have long wicks and then uptrend will continue. So it's up to you if you want to haggle up to the MA20 line. Ideally, you want that, and then the buying sentiment continues going up. But overall, notice that this is your first resistance. Second resistance is at 1009. But for long-term investors, how far are we from its potential gain? The your potential gain is up to this level, but we do not know how long it'll take for it to go back to the 1186 level. We're just about to recover. As you see, we have been declining since the start of pandemic, and slowly, you see that short recovery, and then decline happens again. We had a good rally from May to July, but it was just negated by the succeeding months, and slowly we're already going up again. That's nice because you had your higher lows. See this from this low over here, when it retraced, the second retracement is much higher than the previous one. So look at it for long term. Anyway, East West is another good bank, a very good bank in the country. So if you want to haggle, then go ahead, haggle or enter now, and just distribute your funds. Like enter 30% now, and then when it retraces, you still have another 30% to enter, and it's your strategy. Okay, we have different profiles here. So if you're in it for long term, then overall this is still a good level for you to enter. Next is SGP. SGP, I was looking at this earlier. Interesting, because I cannot expand it even for a 15-minute chart. Oh, there you go. It's already here. You only had 659 trades for today. So we'll see. And notice it has, see that from this level 410 down to 13. So I hope you guys were not able to enter at this level, because this is a massive decline from your investments. That's 100% drop. Okay, but in case you're considering to enter this stock, this one over here, of course, my recommendation is always using my Bollinger Band as our main indicator here, is wait for it to drop. I'm using a 15-minute chart because the daily chart is not giving me any story at all. So try to open a 15-minute chart, and if you are considering to enter this stock, let it drop some more. I think it'll still drop 1317 level. What about the hourly? Okay, so your hourly is also landing at the same area. That's 1317. That's the nearest support. And probably if you manage to, then this is the kind of stock that I'll do a range trade or short day trade this stock. If there's an increase and you're happy with the increase, lock in some gains, because you can never tell. That push in the price in the previous, back in May, if that happened, it could happen again. Pump and dump thing. So if you're able to have some positive gains in your position, lock in some gains, especially for this type of stock. The next stock is MRC. MRC, we didn't have a lot of trades for MRC today. We only had 60 trades, and we ended with a red today. Okay, as you can see, spot on. Look at that. Our MA20 line is being respected at the moment. MA20, if our stock is moving below the MA20 level, chances are our MA20 will be acting as a resistance. And in this case, it has acted as a resistance in today's market performance. We got rejected. So where is the possible stop? It might drop a little bit and create a support or continue to validate the support around the 0.24 level. Okay, so overall, we are at a very cheap level for MRC. For those long-term holders out there, it did it revisited the previous support level here back in October 2020. So this is already at a very, very cheap level, but guys, mind you, it might take some time before this could recover again. Notice we stayed in this level for a very long time, a very long decline for this stock. 2018 up until 2020. So 2 years of decline. So just manage your expectations. If you want to enter at this level, if you have some gains, lock in gains, maybe 10-15%. If you're already up by 10 or 15%, go lock in some gains. And then, so these are the secondary stocks that are just worth trading short in short period of time. The next stock is MREIT. So I had a very good exchange of messages with who was this yesterday? Let me see. Who did I talk to? John. John wanted to request for MREIT. I think John had a very good position here. So if you are in this stock, congratulations. I think you are in a very good position right now. Good gain, all-time high. See that? So he was asking, what was your question yesterday? I think it's consolidated for more than a month and finally it broke out of 1848. If it goes higher again tomorrow, then it's a breakout. Can you tell us opinion based on the chart, how high it can go? Okay, this is the thing, John. Always remember that when you are in an all-time high, you don't have any historical data that will say that is the next resistance. The reason why I said yesterday that this could be an area to test is because that is the only information that we can use. But notice just 1 day worth of performance, and it did not even end at that level. It just quickly touched that area and then retraced. So that's our only reference. So that means it will be very easy to break that. And notice what it did today. It just surpass that area. So will it continue to break that? I would have to say there is a possibility because you had some foreign buying, but at what point? I cannot say because we do not have any historical data that we can refer to. You can just base it on the volume. So try to observe if you want to continue, or if you have already locked in some gains, even better. But if you're still in it 100% of your position, just try to observe two things. One, as we move higher and higher, how does your volume perform? Because if we move higher and higher and the volume is declining, that means people are starting to take profit. Second, as we move higher and higher, how does your RSI perform? If this now starts to decline, that means the buying sentiment is starting to decline because we're now at the overbought level. So your call if you want to give it another chance by tomorrow, because this could potentially do a gap up because look, solid green. There's not even a wick for this day. Volume is a little bit lower. Actually, it's like 30% or 70% lower than the previous day's volume. So we might be able to stretch it a little bit, but we don't know. People could take profit. Maybe it'll stretch for first 30 minutes of the day or 1 hour of the day, and then people will take profit. We cannot tell. But in this performance, I suggest try to, if you can watch the market, even better, or if you can use a faster time frame, just so you can time the market. That will be my best recommendation. But if you are in it long term, there's nothing really you need to do because you're in long term. So let's just hope people will continue to support it so that it'll continue to go up. Okay, I know for REIT, all right. REIT is like you're a part owner of a leasing company. So this, for instance, the Ayalas will have a lot of buildings for lease, right? And then part of the revenue, if I am, correct me if I'm wrong, but I know 90 to 95% of the revenue has to be distributed to the stockholders or those people with shares. So you get part of the earnings. So it's like you're also a part owner of these buildings that are for lease. So you will have continuous revenue apart from the capital gains. You will also have dividends. I'm not 100% sure the timing of their dividend. Is it quarterly or is it yearly? Let's try to check a REIT. A REIT gives out dividend. This was October, September, October, 2 months interval, June. So I think for a REIT, they're giving out every 2 months. There. So this is another good REIT company for those people who have entered here, at a very early stage. Come to think of it, what is 0.44? What is 0.44? If you entered, let us say you entered around 25 pesos. Let me see. 0.44 divided by 25. That's 1.7% every 2 months. So times 6. That's 10.5%. Right? So imagine. That's a very lucrative revenue each year, passive income each year. So if you're in MREIT for long term, actually you don't have to do anything unless you want to lock in some gains. Okay, let's check out Dito. Dito, still no movement. There's a green today, but very minimal movement, unnoticeable. So it's just strengthening our support area right now. Notice this one over here did a double bottom, but your RSI is now much higher, around the 36 level. Previously at the same area, look at this, we were at the 13 or 15 level in our RSI. What else? MBT. MBT had a good performance today, solid 3.64%. So it just moved according to how our index has performed today. So very good bank. So really happy. I personally have some exposures here. I think 30 or 40% of my portfolio. I think 30% of my portfolio is in MBT, and we're on a green today. Okay. This is for Dito. Hopefully it doesn't break that anymore. The SRO price is 488. I think personally, I'm not going to get that because the price difference is, there's a very small price difference. So it's not technically a very enticing perks for those, or not very enticing perk for those who are holders. I'd rather want to see an SRO, with a very significant amount difference from the current price, just to satisfy the holders. So it's our way of, incentivizing people who trusted in the company even way, way before it started its operation. But now it's, there's a very minimal price difference. So I'd rather see how low it could drop, and I'll check if I'd like to add more. For now, I'm happy with the allocation that I have for Dito. I'll just wait. Anyway, I'm long term for this stock. All right, I think that is it. It's not loading. MBT is not loading. Okay, there you go. We're almost at the overbought level. We go higher, but volume is still there. So for those people who are already profitable, it's up to you if you want to lock in some gains. Is this all-time high or 52-week high? Yeah, we are at a 52-week high. So let us see if it'll continue to move higher, considering that our index is also starting to push even more. So it's up to you if you want to continue to wait, because I know this stock has also dropped significantly. Look, during the pandemic, we had a massive drop. Prior to that, it was sitting around 69. So probably, personally, I think I'm gonna lock in some gains as we reach 68 to 69 level. All right, I think that's it for this evening, guys. Thank you for watching. If you have not subscribed yet to my channel, you are invited, and you're most welcome to drop a comment. Let me know your thoughts, and request if there's any stock you'd like me to review. In the meantime, I hope my insights have somehow helped, and please do your research. We have different profiles, so my thoughts could be totally different than your perspective. So it's just me being a second voice. Okay? In the meantime, thank you for watching, and bye bye for now.